freaking awesome. I can't wait. And then the best part is me finally meeting you guys. Like I said, we've been friends over the internet for a long time, so finally being able to meet, that's going to be awesome.
It's going to be great.
I can't wait. It's going to be so much fun. We have the place for 2 nights.
It's going to be
huge, and you said that it's super active, right?
Yeah, last time I was there, it was so much different than when something like jumps into you or whatever. It was more like in your face, like loud banging sounds and like disembodied voices. I mean, it felt like I felt by the time I got out of there, like when we got up to the cabin, I still felt so like super charged up and like on edge, and like it was just crazy. Like it was a powerful place, but it was like it really was more like fun and just kind of shocking. Like things would happen and we would be all excited, compared to like Thornhaven, which would just be was like a really weird night. Still the same kind of, like I feel really like my senses are really heightened and everything.
Mm-hmm.
And like Hale's Bar is awesome.
Yeah, it is, man. I cannot wait, and it's so big. Like it's gonna be freaking cool. Like that's all I can say. And luckily we got it for 2 nights, so I'm sure we're gonna have tons and tons of evidence and a lot of content from it. You guys are gonna be able to see videos from all 4 of us, all different angles and different experiences. It's gonna be phenomenal. I can't wait.
Yeah, it's gonna be a collaboration of the ages, like we said.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just gonna be like I can't wait to see you guys all in person too, and just like it's just gonna be a party.
Yeah, it is, man. It's gonna be cool, man.
Hopefully, no one gets possessed, but if they do,
yeah, hopefully it's not a weird night. Talking about that, what do you think? Like, what do you think allowed you to for that to happen too? Because you've been doing this long enough to where and nothing like that's ever happened, and then all of a sudden it does. What do you think was different?
I was wondering that. I was wondering that too, and to me, so like Eric had started feeling it first that night, and then like the owner came back to the building, like we were like live streaming, and he like just showed up, or he had told us he was going to come back, but he didn't tell us he was going to ask us to help him bring in some garage doors. So like it's like I think it was like 9 or 10, and we were like, he was like help me bring in these garage doors if you can. So we helped him with that. He told us some weird stuff. I don't even really want to say it on here. It wasn't anything like, it was just kind of some stuff about some surgeries he'd had, and like just sounded like a lot of bad stuff that had happened to him. And by the time we got back upstairs is when I really started feeling the like sadness feeling.
Mm-hmm.
Then Eric did a frequency opening, which is where he just has the frequency scanning on the spirit box, and he basically just does like a seance. Just puts our intent out there in the air. And this specific night, he really, he told him, use our energy, do whatever it takes to come through tonight. We're lifting the veil up completely. And that's when I started having, the visual effects. And, I saw this doll on the table's face. It looked completely different than when I looked at it again later. And
oh, shoot.
It looked like I was looking through this weird, glass shit. And,
mm-hmm.
I don't know. It was insane. But, I would say that maybe just the whole environment. And we had also been on the road for 7 days, I think, at that point. So,
right.
By that point, maybe I was just so, open that it was able to just kind of sneak in.
Yeah, you just were vulnerable for some reason for that.
Yeah. What do you think?
Yeah, my theories, I have two things that kind of, I think may have caused mine, maybe, was, the first thing was, we were filming for my TV show, and we were filming in like 3-day increments each month. So, and one month we went, like 1 week we went, and then we took off a week, and then the next week we went somewhere. Like, we were going like really often, and for a long time we were literally diving into these places for three days straight, 2 nights. And I think that has to do with it too, because like how you said, like some veil was lifted almost. Like I think because of us just going so many times and being a part of like that spiritual world.
Yeah.
And then I think another thing that may have caused it for me was, you know, when I first started doing this, I had a bad problem with being scared. You know, like with actually being scared. And then I went through like a time doing this where I wasn't scared. Like I wasn't scared of anything. Like I wouldn't even bother me to go anywhere by myself. It was just like second nature. Yeah. And then now I went back to like being scared again. I don't know why. We went to this place called Oak Park Hotel here in Bollinger, Texas. And that's a place that we need to go. We need to all go to as well. It's really cool. Yeah. And we went, a real big place too, so it would fit all of us really well. Anyway, so we went, and that place was so scary, dude. I don't even know how to explain it. The vibe was just different there. I was real creeped out by it. I didn't want to be by myself. Yeah. And of course, my show was about me being alone, so I had to be by myself, so that wasn't fun. Yeah, and that place seemed to like chip away at like this like wall I had built up of not having fear. And then each time I went to a location after that was the second episode. We had to film 6. Each time I went to an investigation after that, I just got more scared and more nervous and more paranoid. And then before I knew it, I was like on the edge of my seat every time we went somewhere, thinking scary thoughts. And then I think that's why it was easy for whatever it was like close with me. Yeah.
No, I agree on that. I definitely, after all these experiences, I definitely get kind of like in pitch black or in really dark places. Like I'll get kind of like I'll start seeing stuff or feeling weird, and not want to be in there. But sometimes you gotta. And at Thornhaven the next morning, I was definitely feeling it then, like feeling like anything, was gonna jump me or something was gonna happen. And I like opened the basement door, and like I started hearing something down there moving around, and then I was just like, nope, just close the door.
And that's smart, man. So the first investigation, which is the videos on my channel, so if y'all want to go check it out, just look for Just Paranormal, the 2 words, Just Paranormal, and you'll find it. But we went to this place. Okay, so it's weird because it's like a nice suburban townhome. Like, it doesn't look creepy, just a normal looking house, right? Yeah. But my friend used to live there. My friend grew up there. Like, literally the house was built for him and his family there. And his mom was getting into witchcraft, but like the dark side of it. Like, she the type of person to try to put curses on people and stuff like that. Like, just really bad mojo. And that you just started to see that the activity in that house just amplify. It was crazy. There was one time where we were doing a little investigation, because that's kind of like the place that started us wanting to investigate. Yeah. And we were doing something in there, and it said his name on a recorder. We caught doors shutting while everybody was gone. We went to go pick up Jack in the Box real late at night. We left the voice recorder running, come back, listen to it, and we heard doors shutting, footsteps walking around while we were gone. Nice. Yeah, it was crazy. And the crazy thing that happened there was I was coming down the stairs. Well, on the left side of the stairs, so on the right side is a handrail that's like screwed into the wall, and then on the left side the wall's cut out, so you could slide your hand on there. So like you would have kind of like a handrail almost, but it was just like cut out of the wall instead. So there's like a big piece of the wall missing, so you can see the garage door while you're coming down the stairs. And I was coming upstairs about halfway down one night. I was staying the night over there with him, and I see that garage doorknob turn, and then the door just kind of opened. And I'm like, yeah, fuck that. Right upstairs. And I'm like, dude, your garage door just opened in front of my eyes. And he's like, what? So we run down there, and it's still open. And neither one of us wanted to go over there and shut it. We were so scared. We were like, what are we going to do? So that's the type of activity that the house had.
Wow.
Him and his sister saw apparitions in there all the time and stuff.
Yeah.
So we're eating dinner one day, me and some other friends, and then, of course, a friend that lives there. And he doesn't live there anymore. He has a wife, and he's married and moved out or whatever. But he was like, hey, man, my mom moved to Galveston with my grandma, and the house is open. Nobody's in there right now. It's going to be your last night to ever get in there ever again. Do you want to do it? It was Sunday night. I had to work the next morning. I was like, nah, I haven't gone on investigation in about 3 months. It's just breaks in long enough from my experience. I was nervous. I had all these feelings coming through me. I'm like, fuck it, let's do it. So we do it. Me and my friend go. My other friend I haven't investigated with in a really long time. He was a cameraman for that night. We filmed a little video out of it, nothing big. But we were catching some crazy stuff. We were only there for 2 hours, and we saw some amazing stuff. So definitely check that out on our YouTube channel.
And that's been your most recent investigation?
Yeah, about 2 weekends ago, that was the most recent one. But it got me back into the swing of things, and I'm ready to start investigating as much as I can. Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome. I haven't really done much while we've been moving and everything. We had some experiences at the last house we were at, which I put out a little video about that. And but our new house is right in front of an abandoned house and an abandoned mine, like old mine shaft and railroad. I guess it's a railroad station, old stations.
That's
and
awesome.
I haven't gone and explored yet, but I'm gonna do it any day now.
Yeah. That's cool, man. I saw that you posted I don't know if it was today, but you put up a Post Town video.
Oh yeah, that was from me and Eric's trip. That was actually, I think 2 nights before. I think it was the night before Thornhaven, actually. That was the day. That was from the day before, because that was the morning at Post Town. We had just gotten to Post Town from Revenant Acres, which we had like a crazy night, and we just drove straight to Post Town, and passed out there. And before we went to sleep, we like walked around upstairs, and we had that loud bang happen, and we caught.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Yeah, that was insane, because like we had stopped. We had walked all the way down the hall, and then Eric was like, let's just turn on the recorder and see if we get any residual energy. And then all of a sudden that happened. And another one happened later on that night that I'll have to put. It was in one of his live streams, but I was filming too, so I'm going to put some of that in a future video, because I still have a lot of footage to go through from that trip.
Right.
But
so y'all went to 3 locations, and how far were they from each other? Were they pretty far, or they're all nearby?
We actually went to, we went to Benton Farmhouse the first night, then we went back to Eric's house, then we went to Trans-Allegheny then.
You've been to Trans-Allegheny?
I've been there, but we had to do like the big, like, just night with a bunch of people there. But we got we had a small group of only 9 people, and like the people also let us go off on our own on the first floor. There's like the other side of the first floor. They let us go over there just with me and Eric, so that was cool. And then
that was cool.
we were the last people in there. Like our group person came back up and was like, "All right, we gotta go." We were like, "No, not yet." But then we went to Point Pleasant and stayed at the Lowe Hotel, and then we went to the TNT area bunkers. From there, we went back to Eric's house. Then we hit Revenant Acres, then Post Town, then Thornhaven.
Damn, you're on the road for a while.
And that was like,
how long was that trip?
I guess it was about 7 or 8 days. I think it was just like nonstop. I was pretty drained by the end of it, but it was totally like a great experience. And it was also like freezing cold at every place.
Yeah.
So like it was definitely an awesome, just like test of our